Welcome back to Changing Greers. Today is episode 5. We have a special guest, Coach Travis Brown, basketball coach here.
So we're just going to start off with some questions. How long have you been coaching at South?
This is my 5th season here at South Salem.
Did you coach anywhere before?
Yes, I coached over at West Salem for 1 year, and then I was over at Salem Academy in a head role and assistant coach role as well.
Nice. So we're going to go step back a little bit. So I'm assuming you played basketball. If you want to talk about that a little bit and then like the levels that you played at.
I played high school basketball, had some opportunities to play college basketball, decided to go straight into the workforce with my family company.
Nice.
And then got married, and then I actually played minor pro basketball for about 4 years.
Sweet.
So,
What was one of your greatest achievements as a player?
greatest achievements as a player? We took third in state as a
That's
team
cool.
my junior year. I got all league my senior year and also my
All-league.
junior year.
Nice.
So didn't really look for self-accomplished things.
Mhm.
Putting your head down working.
Yep. I also got second team all league football.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, so I
Football
also
player.
played football
Yeah.
for Salem Academy. Same time, Coach Van Loo played for
Really?
South. So I played over at Salem Academy. He's playing at South.
Nice.
Of
What
course.
position do you play?
I was a quarterback.
Quarterback too. Okay, that's all right.
Yep. So that was a lot of fun. So I played multiple sports, so I have a heart for the multiple sport athletes, the ones
Yeah.
that grind it out all
Yeah.
year long,
Pretty
basically.
much, yeah.
Yeah. So I understand the time it needs for those athletes to play multiple sports. So.
How did you get into coaching? So you said you played some basketball semi-pro, right?
Yeah,
And
so I played semi-pro in 2012, but I started coaching AAU basketball in about 2008.
Okay.
My buddy James Johnson got me into it, coached AAU, and then got into high school levels. Really enjoyed coaching AAU basketball. Coached a lot of kids. And it's really the reason I love coaching is just the relationships. It's just fun building relationships.
That's probably your favorite part about coaching.
Yeah. So what made me get into the high school level? AAU was great because you get to see the country. We had some pretty good teams coaching. So I spent a lot of time going down to Vegas, of course, LA area. So that was the fun part about AAU is traveling around coaching. But yeah, that's what got me into coaching was just AAU and my buddy James Johnson.
And then you just worked yourself up to high school, or how did that work?
Some of the stuff kind of just fell in my lap. Someone asked me to be an assistant coach. My nieces were coaching over at Salem Academy, which is my alma mater, and some things happened there. I ended up becoming the head coach at the end of the year, and our team had a great run. I fell in love with it, and we took third in state that year with me as the head coach, and just started falling in my lap.
Yeah.
Some kids talked me into going to be assistant coach at West. Some of the kids there I coached at AAU were over at West, so I went and coached there, and then joined Tyler Allen here, and then just kind of fell into place.
Yeah, came
So,
together.
What's been one of the biggest challenges you've had just becoming a coach and everything?
What a lot of coaches right now would probably agree with me is the COVID. COVID was
Yeah.
a big challenge because it's the challenges we don't see as the mental challenge that a lot of kids went
Yeah.
through and are still recovering kind of from. That's been a big challenge is just adapting to that, the way the athletes changed, and just building that relationship. That's been a big challenge just going through those
Yeah.
years. X's and O's wise, basketball's basketball.
Yeah.
So not much change.
You mentioned you work at your family company during the day. So how does that? Because most coaches, I would say, they're teachers. They clock off once they're done. They're done with work, then they get a coach. How does that? That's got to be a challenge for you. How does that all work?
Well, I'm thankful enough to be able to be in a company where we slow down in November and December, and basically through the winter. We build backyard storage sheds, so not much going on in people's backyards.
Yeah.
So just been very blessed to have the opportunity that we slow down. Our whole family is a basketball family. My brother spent 9 years over at Salem Academy. He's joined me this year at South. So the business and everybody understands.
Yeah.
One of my main guys at Betterbuilt is a coach at Central. So he actually
wow.
used to be the coach here, Tyler Allen. So
Okay.
so we all basically spend more time at work talking about basketball than we do work.
Yeah.
So that's the hard part about being the boss is like, okay, I'm the boss at at Betterbilt, but yet we're just sitting around talking about basketball.
you gotta
so
do
it's hard to get focused back on work.
Yeah.
So
Did you coach with your brother at Salem Academy?
I did not. So he was the girls' coach, and I was the boys' coach at the time.
Is it nice to coach with him now? Is it fun?
Ask me that in a few months. We'll see.
Yeah, you gotta see. You gotta see still. Yeah.
It's a new challenge because he's been a head coach again for 10 years. Has a great resume for coaching.
Yeah.
He wanted to come over and join me and take some of this. Being a coach at this size of program, you need 2 head coaches.
Right.
Football, you have the offensive coordinator, the head coach, defense
Yeah.
coordinator. So you split up a lot of that. I have a great staff. I love all my coaches, and it's going to be something that my brother and I are going to have to really work into together, and just understanding that, basically 2 head coaches
Yeah.
mindsets. This will be a challenge,
For sure.
but I'm enjoying it so far.
Great.
So, yeah.
Like you said, it's a pretty big program here. How do you balance? Because there's 3 different teams, right? How do you balance? Because obviously you're the head coach of varsity, but you still kind of want to help the other programs because they'll come up to you eventually. So.
Yeah, so as a lot of communication, Coach Van Leeuwen and I talk quite a bit. Me and Coach Parcell also talk, kind of what we see, plans for guys. A lot of times the hard part about coaching is getting kids to understand that we have a plan for them, and it's not just like, okay, you made JV or freshman. We have a plan for your future, and we see that integrate into the future program. So we talk, after practices, after games, text messages. We talk pretty much all day long.
Yeah.
And we talk about the kids, the players, see how they're doing, how they're developing. We have different offenses we run for each level too, because as those people develop, they'll change
Right. That makes sense.
their abilities will change. So it's just, you have to have good communication. And anything, communication is, you have to work on, and it's tough. But I think that's the most important thing, is communicating amongst your coaches and knowing what's coming.
Yeah. Makes sense.
We asked you what was one of your greatest achievements about playing, but now what about coaching? Most exciting moments?
My very first year here at South, we were very good. We were number 1, number 2 in state all year long. We were really pretty favored to go all the way. That was a tough year, and I'm proud of our staff that we kept it all together. Just because transitioning new staffs in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've won the 3rd in state. That was really fun, just from the situation we came from and the adversity that was put in front of us. Me taking over that role at the end of the season, new head coach. So, just the team wins. We've had a lot of success in winning in the past, and just getting these guys back to understanding the fun part about winning.
Nice. Do you have like a coaching, like a philosophy that you kind of look to, or like a coach that you emulate, try to kind of take their style? I don't know.
I'm
Any
an
coach you
intense
look up
coach.
to? Intense? Okay.
Yeah, I like to be intense, and that's one of the things where I'm learning is changing a little bit. I'm an AAU coach. I love to run. I love to push the ball. I love the tempo. So coaches I like to emulate are more the AAU style coaches.
Okay.
Kids like to get out, be athletes on the floor.
Yeah.
So that's I have a lot of respect for a lot of different coaches. So it's really hard to say like who my number 1 coach would be. Again, the Coach K's of the world, the Bobby Knights of the world.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people
Yeah,
that
there's
you
a lot
look
of
at,
influences.
and that influence you a lot. So I can't put my finger on one coach. That's the most one that I'd like to be like.
Yeah.
So you have younger kids. Do you want them to like follow and play basketball and?
My philosophy with my kids are, do your best at whatever you do. My daughter's always asking me, Dad, can we do training? Can we do this? It's like, I want you to fall in love with the game.
Yeah.
Because basketball turns into a business very quick, especially when you get to the higher levels. So, I've got to do some training and things like that. My daughter's an 8th grader right now, and then I have she will be 9, and then a 6-year-old son. So, I've done so much in my life. I've played roller hockey. I've rode motocross. I've done so much stuff that it's just a matter of be happy and be great at something, and push yourself to be great at that. It's not any one thing. I'm not like basketball only or football only.
Right.
Like it's not. It's just if you love it, give your best.
I like that.
My 9-year-old loves cheerleading. You know, she's like, Dad, cheerleading's a sport. I was like, yes, it is. So, you know, I'm not a cheer dad,
Yeah.
but I'll be a cheer dad.
Yeah.
So it's whatever they want to do, as long as they give 100% and don't go half effort in anything,
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
I like that. That's awesome.
So,
Do you have any advice for a young basketball player?
any advice for a young basketball player?
Or maybe your younger self, maybe, I
Yeah.
don't know. Make that a little easier.
Don't ever give up. Don't ever stop. Your body changes. Things change all the time. Opportunities change. Work ethic. You know, this world is missing people that just want to work, and work doesn't mean, hey, I got to go clock in 9 to 5 work. It means get up, have a vision, have a goal, and put those goals out in front of you and go get them. No goal's too big. You know,
I like that.
success is built, you know, one day at a time. So just keep working.
I like that. I'll end on that one. I like that. Yeah, I appreciate having you on. That will
Yeah,
conclude
thank you.
episode number 5 of Change of Greers.